decided to do a full tour of my 2000 Rexhall Aerbus. I've changed it quite a bit, added a lot of stuff to it in the, I think, 4 or 5 years I've had it. It's been a while. So we'll do a walkthrough, talking about all the stuff that's in here. Go around the outside first. I just installed the on-demand water heater. Had a trip on that so far, works really good. Put a Gen Y hitch on the back. I had to cut the rear bumper to make that fit. We've got our US map. Getting ready to add a few more states to that this week. That's going to be fun. That's everywhere else it's been. Every time we go somewhere, every time we do something while we're out camping, we try to get a sticker for it. That's the Victron energy management system. We'll get to that later. Overall on the outside, not a whole lot has changed over the factory. We'll start under the hood. It's dirty. I just decided to do this off the cuff. The IntelliTech battery management system failed a while ago, and the latching relays that control that are really expensive and they're really fragile, come to find out. So this is just a regular old battery switch that I purchased when we were stuck at a campground, and wired that straight to the fuse box. I do need to secure those cables, but they've been fine for a few thousand miles. Of course, I got to put the air horns on down there. Those are fun because all the kids are always pumping their arms at me. As usual with these motorhomes, the windshields have been a nightmare. This monstrosity was done by the glass doctor here in Richmond and in Omaha, Nebraska. They did a terrible job, but the windshields are stuck, so I guess that's good enough for now. But I do see I've got some separation up there on top, so I'm going to have those addressed soon. I have found somebody locally to help me deal with Large Marge up there. Her windshields are literally falling out. So week after next, those are getting done, and I'll report back. One of the big things we did to this was add a full-size awning on the side. That came from Carefree Awnings. That was a total nightmare, but worth it in the end. We were in Florida, lots of gusty wind. A big gust of wind came up and ripped our original awning off. Flew out on the road. You can see where it used to attach right there. I need to do a better job of sealing that up, but it's good for now. Ripped the awning off. Either R-towed that Jeep right there, or another Jeep near us ran it over, and that was the last we saw of it. So it was built with the full-length drip rail, so we just got a full-length awning to go on it, and it's been great. Really enjoyed the full-size awning. We can go through the compartments. Most of these are full-length compartments. So this is our basic camping stuff that goes the whole way through to the other side. And that's where the spare tire lives, up on the hump. Refrigerator and grill. Daughter's fishing stuff in there. I don't know if the original owner put that table in there or if that came from the factory, but that's a really neat table spot. There's fishing rod holders on the side that are really handy. That's my dog. She wants attention. Propane compartment. We've got all propane related stuff in there. Grills. Propane tanks have little sealant caps on those to keep those from leaking out. Sticks for campfire, all that stuff. Original propane tank with the camping valve on it. Got the Suburban on-demand water heater. So far it's been okay. Not enough data to say if it's really good or really bad. Generally straps and towing stuff. Got grill stuff, firewood, more holders. You can see that one goes the whole way through. This is the same compartment where the power's on the other side. This is one of the big projects I did. So this motorhome originally came with a 30 amp service. The input was right there, so I took all that out, and this now has a Victron Multi-Plus. It's a 3000 watt power inverter, 120 amps wait, I got that wrong. Yeah, 120 amp, and it takes 50 incoming. I have 2 sets of battery leads coming in from the battery bank. We'll hit that side next. I have a bank of cooling fans that are going to go in the back over there to help relieve some of the hot air in there. This is the EMS system that I installed with it. It works really good. New 50 amp transfer switch. This is just the wires from another circuit I abandoned when I changed it, but I'm going to put a receptacle there probably. Kayak stuff. Try to tuck the wires around reasonably. That's all worked pretty good so far. Poorly thought out compartment for the water. Have the sewer and fresh water all in the same compartment. So far we haven't died. That's good. I've learned that we can keep this one from freezing in cold weather if we leave that light on in there. That worked pretty good last winter. This one's also messy, but it's worked out good so far. This is our generator and battery bank. It's 900 amp hours worth of batteries. I've had a heck of a time getting these fuses to work properly, so now that I finally have those, I'm going to tighten that up a little bit. The Generac generator, that's been pretty good. I've replaced almost everything on it. Parts are definitely available. If a generator tech tells you it can't be fixed, they're lying. Everything I've needed for that has been on Amazon. Has the original airbags under it. Those are still working good. Haven't quite nailed down the right pressure setting. We also added an awning over the bedroom window over there. That works really nice. So our chairs, beach tent, servos up there. Oh, and also the charge controller and the battery shunt is up there. Another through compartment goes to the other side. Then my extremely messy tool compartment. Like I said, this is real. Didn't stay just one bit. All my tools, I use most of that stuff. That's a nice slide for the toolbox. I use this stuff a lot, so it stays in disarray. We'll go inside real quick. We got the driver's door. I almost never use that. Replaced both mirrors. This mirror got taken out in Georgia by a truck, so that was fun going cross country with no passenger side mirror. Had to rely on my father to get me through. This refrigerator was rebuilt before I bought it, so that's been nice. Dutch Air, they rebuild those. I've got a fan kit on there for when it gets warm in there, so it helps push the air through. Don't have any issues with the refrigerator, even on the hottest day. That's been really nice. The previous owners of this did full-time in it in Arizona, so it didn't do very much love for the decals. My wife and I are talking about what we're going to do with that. If we're going to restore the old scheme or if we're going to rewrap it. Not sure yet. We'll go inside. I've had to put a new step motor on that, not because the motor failed, because the linkage failed. Just had the carpet done. Carpet's still kind of tired. I just rebuilt the bottom of the sofa. That was fun to do. You can get a spring kit off of Amazon, webbing kit with auxiliary springs, and it's pretty comfortable now. We'll start at the front. Recliner's unchanged. It's getting tired. Still pretty comfortable. I don't care that much. Front is not that great. Let's be honest here. It is reasonable. I don't know why these leather, whatever chairs, I guess they're leather, are considered premium. I mean, they're hot, they're sweaty. I just don't like them. Sunshade does something probably. If you're in the sun, it's not very much fun to drive. Installed a 12-volt fan up there. This was a fan that is meant to plug into 110 volts, but it's got a 12-volt transformer. So I adapted that 12-volt transformer to the camper side 12 volts. I put new speakers in. Those sound pretty good. Got a Rexhall dash cam there. That's our tire pressure sensor. Got a... Oh, I turned the battery off. Have a touchscreen Android Auto screen there. Got all the other screens down there. CB radio, that might have come with it, don't know. The Bigfoot leveling system works pretty good. That's the mount for my Garmin. We're planning a 1,100 mile trip for this week, so that's inside, messing with that. I have these TVs, there's one in the back too. They're HDMI linked to each other with a splitter in there. That's a pain to get to, but basically I can watch the same source on both TVs, or one source on the rear TV and one on the other. It's really handy. As usual with Class A's, these chairs turn around to face the side and rear. But since there's no slide on this side, the front chair can't turn around that much. This is a jackknife sofa, so that comes down to a reasonably comfortable bed, depending on who you're talking to. Have all the upper compartments. Those were cleaned out for a trip so the kids could put their stuff in there. We've got our games up there. 90s backpack for 90s activities. Some camping lights a friend gave me I haven't used yet. More games. That came with the camper. The original owner worked for Pan Am. So there's a bunch of Pan Am stuff in here, cards and everything. Gun case if I need to fly home. Secure weapon. Silverware towels. I had a old power inverter in here, and that was the switch I installed for it to turn it on from the inside. That worked pretty good. Here's the control panel for the Victron system. That works all right. I need to change the power so the USB comes off the servo and not off of that cord. That works good. I forgot the most important part. These lights are awesome. They came off of Amazon. It's not going to be that great to see on here, but you can change the color temperature. And you can dim them. So they're really good. Way better than the ones that came with these. I did get the Wacko Products RV silencer. The AC silencer works pretty good. Does quiet it down quite a bit. My wife made these neat curtains to go in here to block out the front. They are light blocking, but the problem is, if I can find it, that this material melts in the sun. Can't find it now, but there's a couple spots in there where it's gotten burned through from the sun, so that's interesting. Little pop-up table there, which you can use from either of these chairs. That's the Intelitech panel that's pretty much abandoned now. Most of the system is gone now. The power shedding system's gone. There's nothing left in the rear from it because it's 50 amps now, so we don't need power shedding. There isn't enough stuff in here to do that. That is a newer Dometic heat pump on the roof. It is, I forget the trim level or whatever it is, but this is the cheaper one, so it is a bit noisier, and that's why I put the silencer on it. We have the touchscreen thermostat over here. Touchscreen's not that great, but the app works pretty good. The original owner was a firefighter in New Jersey. Microwave works good. That had to replace one of the panels in here. I've got this panel, just too lazy to put it on. Control panel works fine, as good as it ever did probably. Again, the rebuilt refrigerator, this works really good. That's been excellent. As long as I put that cooling fan in there, it's worked great. We've got the furnace under this bench, and we have my wife's cooking apparatus down there. We got a mixer, all the other stuff. We don't play around with cooking. Oven for the heat distribution, we put a cast iron pan in there. That's worked really good. We put a new faucet in. Every camper needs a good wee-wee in it. Going back here, a little pantry cabinet. Useful, normally full of stuff. Stuff that the original owner put in there, so that she thought was interesting. All very handy. In the hallway here, we did get a dishwasher for it. I hate washing dishes. That will sit right on the countertop. We just take it and use it. It feeds off of the camper's hot water. Works really well. That's all that if you want to steal the camper's identity. Only 18,000 pounds. It's really nice. Drives good. Extra shelves, storage. Here's the 50 amp panel. I recycled this from a camper I scrapped. Works fine. That was the energy management system. That's gone. Don't need it. Didn't like it anyway. One cool feature of these Rexhalls, you have the bathroom door here. We're off level, so it's not going to work right. Bathroom. Then you come in here and open this. Let's go to the wide view. Open that. Push this lock down. And you've got a big bathroom now. A lot of space for activities. Got the bedroom back here. That's a sleeping pad for the kids to use up front. We both have our fans down the side. It's nice to do that. This fan didn't work too good. Same thing as the one up front, but it's on a slight angle there. The oscillating motor doesn't like going up against that angle, so it doesn't work anymore. The fan part still works, but the oscillate doesn't work anymore. Just unfortunate. This is a straight AC. This one I moved from the front to the rear, and I don't know why. I don't think there's anything wrong with the rear one. I don't know, felt some kind of way about it. Those are new shades on there. Not shades, the whole sconce lamp. Those are new. Rear speakers back here. Don't know why. That's the other TV. We never use it, but it can be used from any of the sources from the front. We have a Blu-ray player, VCR, Fire Stick, all that stuff. There used to be a heat thermostat here. These units have an internal control unit that can control a furnace. So there was never a reason for Rexhall to have a separate thermostat. It could have always been controlled from there, and it works way better that way. Because with the thermostat, I have control from anywhere as long as I have Wi-Fi. We have this extremely noisy shade for quote-unquote privacy. I don't know what kind of privacy it's supposed to gather, but it doesn't do it. We'll close this back. Have the water closet from the original owners. Then we'll go under the bed. This is on lift struts, but we have an extremely heavy mattress, so it's hard to lift. This has a 90-gallon water tank under the bed, held in by hopes and dreams and a couple pieces of angle iron. That's cool. The 90 gallons is nice. It's good for my wife and I for about a week. It'll work. Got extra storage up there. Hanging storage in our side closets. Works nice. It looks a little tight with the no slides, but actually this is really nice for traveling because there's nothing to get in the way. There's no wall behind the driver's head that blocks your view or prevents you from talking to your passengers, which is really nice. The dogs will come up and stick their head on my shoulder when they want some attention. And then one last stop. Let's go to the roof and we'll show you everything up there. Alright, we're up on the roof now. Here's the solar I've installed. These are 100-watt panels right here. These bigger ones are 200-watt panels. I have one more to install still. Don't know if I'm going to do it here. Not particularly happy with solar in itself. It's a lot of, even with self-installing, it's a lot of money for not a lot of bang, I guess you could say. I know a lot of solar people are going to disagree with me, but it's just my experience. This is the newer heat pump I installed. Works pretty good. I am unhappy with the CCC1 programming for the heat pump, where the heat pump is still operating, but it's programmed to not go into defrost cycles when the ambient temperature is under 31 degrees. So when it gets really cold outside, this just won't defrost anymore. Refuses to do it. Both of them have soft starts installed to help out with the generator, and with the power inverter I'm able to run the AC off of the engine going down the road. It works really well. Cover over the AC vent there. Solar just runs down the refrigerator chase. It's been that way since 2000 and it's worked good so far. I replaced that with the power vent with a full-size fan. Works really well. Again, an original straight air conditioner. Rexhalls have a one-piece fiberglass roof, which makes them superior to many new campers. As long as you do a little bit of maintenance to a fiberglass roof, it's going to last for a very long time. And this one has shown that. Where the my other Rexhall over there, see if we can zoom in on it, has the same fiberglass roof on top of that one. It's very dirty right now. I just bought that one a little while ago. And it's getting windshields put in soon, so that's why they're taped up. Those little twirly vents came from the factory, come to find out, because the other Rexall has those as well. And that's pretty much the tour. If anybody has any questions, leave them at the bottom. I covered all the basics. The Ford stuff is the regular F53. It has the V10. I upgraded with the Bilstein shocks, which I'm pretty happy with. I think I'm going to try the Konings if I keep this unit much longer. It rides reasonably well. It doesn't take expansion joints on bridges too well. That's the only complaint I really have about it. Otherwise, I enjoy driving it. I can fit this anywhere. It goes in most state park campgrounds. That one will not. That's 39 feet long. This one's only 32. So it still fits in a lot of places. That one I'm not happy with driving. It's just the proportions are very weird and I have to get used to it. That'll be a different video. Doing a lot more changes to that one than we've done to this one. But that is all. Y'all have a good day.